Whoops. I cut that down. Welcome to the Stover Farm channel. I'm so glad to have you here with us for another look at farming the map in Meadowlands, Wisconsin. We're here at the Mow and Snow Division of the Wisconsin DOT, and I did something. I know, I always am doing something to this map, but this time, instead of adding, I took away. And you'll notice these two posts are cut. And that is because not only are all the rocks gone from this map, but I decided to take away the trees. What the heck am I talking about? Well, this is No Man's Land, a map that Meg and I have been farming the entire map on, and Alien Jim, who made this glorious map, added some options. The first being, you could cut these poles right here, and you could remove all the rocks. There's actually rocks on the map that you can chunk up or you can sell. I think you can use them to mine. And then you could also cut this other post and get rid of all the trees. And not all the trees, but a number of the trees in the middle of the map, the evergreens. And yeah, I did that. And you're like, well, what the heck, Stover? There's all these trees still here. And that's because I had added so many to the map. It basically stayed the same, and my performance got better. So all those elm trees that I had sticking out, and you can still see a few over there because I actually placed those, they're gone. And now it looks a little more like Wisconsin. I'm actually really happy with it. Look at that park job, by the way. Look at that. In between the lines. Nice. I even folded the mirrors in. We took the supervisor sign down. We don't need any of that crap up here. These guys are good enough to work on their own. They don't need a jerk supervisor. We got rid of that. But what was I saying? I was very happy afterwards, but initially, when I was getting ready to cut it, I was a little scared. I didn't know what it was going to look like. I did not know if I was going to be happy or not. And I will report and say that I am quite happy. It opened up some land that I think we should probably plow. And if you're new to this series, Meg and I are farming the entire map. We slowed the game down. Instead of focusing on productions and a small farm with small fields, we are farming the entire No Man's Land map, at least where we can. We do have, a town, and we've got a dealership, and certain things that, you've got to have to actually operate a successful farm. But it's one farm on the map, and we're at 821 hectares? I never could pronounce that right. Hectares? Is it hectares or hectares? I did the math, and it came out to be about 2,030 acres that we currently have of field land. And I want more, because look at the bank account. We are down considerably from that $1 million we had at the start of this. We're at $636,712 in the middle of December. All the bills are coming due here as we get towards the end of December. We got to get this money up. Fortunately, everything's done on the fields for fall. Fall tillage is done. The 9690 completely worn out, tired. It needs service, oil change, a cleanup. We've got that beautiful indoor cleaning area over there now. We're going to use that. The John Deere, it's still got a little more work to do because I found some areas that I think we can turn into land. by getting rid of those trees, I want to take the ripper and I want to go out and I want to add some fields to, I guess, some of the smaller... I created these fields up by the... you can hardly see them way up there in the distance, back behind the horse barn. And I'd like to add on to those because I think there's some really good land there. And I didn't know what I would want to use this 9630, this tracked beast, or, you know, I've already got the big tripled four-wheel drive there that had just got done with tillage in the field. I think we're just going to use it. It's actually a new piece of equipment that I'm trying out. It's a John Deere 2100 Ripper, all platform from the in-game mod hub. We're going to give it a shot. I usually use... It's like a Lizard 9-row plow. I don't know. You can put it on like an 8R and drive very, very quickly with it. Thought, we'll give this a shot, a little more realism. So we've got the 2100 John Deere Ripper, the soil management system. Actually, some really cool animations and sounds that this thing makes. And should we use the 9630? No, we're going to use the big guy, the big triple four-wheel drive over here, because it's already been out in the field. This is our grain cart tractor. It already got cleaned up. We don't want to take it back out in the field and mess it all up. Let's just quietly park this right here. Oh, and we were talking money. So you can see we're in the middle of December. We're trying to follow the season here as close as possible. We haven't had snow yet, which is good. That's another reason why I'm getting the ripper out, but we do have all of our corn is done drying. So we have 574,000 liters of dried corn, and we went through almost, well, a little over half of our propane. So we need to get a couple of loads in to the co-op, because we got to get these numbers up, pump these numbers up for our money. I don't know what a load of corn is going to bring in. We'll have to check the prices. So the 9630, big old four-wheel drive. I actually really, really like this tractor. I contemplated calling up MB Dyson, getting a set of... Why am I backing up? I already pulled it over here, you idiot. I'm not that smart sometimes. But I contemplated calling MB Dyson up. MB Dyson is our main dealer. They don't really have any true affiliation with a specific manufacturer, primarily John Deere, but you can get anything you want from them. And they, I think, could get me some LSWs, but it was going to be quite a costly adventure. And these triples, while not as cool looking as an LSW, they're pretty cool looking, actually. I'm not going to lie. That's mean looking. They're going to do just fine for right now. I've got other things that I think the money would be better suited for. Alright, that's good. Let's go on a little adventure. I'm looking here. Can I get this tractor through here? I think I could, but we might as well pull out the chainsaw real fast and just take care of this tree real quick. Stand by. There we go. Let's get rid of that guy. And maybe this while we're at it. I just don't want that to be in the way. And is it going to let me cut it? So great to just carry your chainsaw around with you everywhere you go. Alright, there we go. They're going to fall right in my way, but that's alright. This tractor will move those out of the way, no problem. So up here, we're moving up in elevation. I mentioned in one of the past episodes how Alien Jim has got these hills. They're very, very steep. They surround basically the entire northern and western borders of the map. And I tried to do some contour farming up here. I think it turned out pretty well. I like it. It's nice. But you can see this massive area that was covered in trees. We're gonna chop this up, rip it up, and we're gonna make this a larger field. We're gonna pump our numbers up, see how much bigger than 2,000 acres we can get, and then you can look way off into the distance, and you can see the mountains of Meadowlands. It's actually the national forest over there. Those are the trails. There's no way I'm going to be creating any arable land up there, so that's just going to be pretty in the town of Meadowlands. But I still think we've probably got 500 more acres, whatever that is in hectares. Again, I'm terrible at saying that. Whatever that is, I have no clue. I think we could potentially get to 2,500 acres farming the entire map of no man's land, but Meadowlands. Really, really cool sounds on this. A 2100 Ripper. This was all platform. I believe it requires 450 horsepower to pull. It's got these baskets on the back that they move with the terrain. It's a very, very nice animation on this. I'll put the link down in the description along with the modder that created it. Really kudos to modders out there. We're into this game now. Gosh, how many years has Farm Sim 22 been out? So many awesome mods have been created, and I know as a modder, you probably maybe are getting a little tired of modding, or you maybe don't feel like some of the cool mods are coming out. They are. We've got some really awesome modders out there. I'm clearly not... What in the heck? Can I not make land with this? Hold on. I'm going to let it save, and I'm going to go in. I'm going to go to the cheat menu. Help window on. What the heck? Limit to fields. No, I want to allow create fields. That's what I thought I did. Why aren't... hold on. Hold on. Stand by. We might not own this land. Yeah, we do. What in the heck am I doing wrong here, folks? Limit to fields. Ooh, what is happening here? Let me come up to this actual arable land up here and we'll see what in the heck's going on. That seems to be working. I see animations going with that. If I maybe pull off the land, am I now going to start creating... Now, what in the world? Well, we might have to go back to the old standby if this 2100 Ripper is not going to work, and I'm going to have to give it back to the dealership. I hate that. So let's jump out here. Instead of going all the way back over to the map, we're just going to come in and see what we can order here real fast. We've got great service from MB Dyson. They will deliver anything to you very quickly. Let's see here. That's what I'm using right here is the 2100 Ripper modified. Maybe it's modified and not going to make fields. I don't know. But instead, I'm going to grab this 9... bottom, that's the word I'm looking for, 9 bottom Ripper. And let's just use this. This is my go-to. I can probably get this plowed very quickly with this 9630 550 horsepower beast. Yeah, I have the hoses. I have no clue. It's a shame because I really like the animations on it too. Maybe there's just something that's... who knows? Maybe I've got a mod conflict. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't pull up enough. Alright, now we're going to say allow create fields. And there you go. No issues with this. So something a little wonky with that 2100 Ripper. I don't know. That's okay. We'll send it back to NB Dice and have them take a look at it. But let's get this taken care of so we can have closer to our 2,500 acre arable land goal. And isn't it perfect? I did such an awesome job with that. I didn't miss any parts of that field. I'm obviously joking. Why the heck did I stop? Well, nothing like some unrealistic farming on a realistic farm channel, 25 miles per hour, plowing with this Ripper with a 500 horsepower John Deere. The cool thing about this map, and I wanted to show you this, is you can certainly follow the normal process of creating fields. But Alien Gym built in a beautiful feature, and this is for all platforms. So I'm going to keep my nice contoured farm here. Okay, it looks like I have an arrow pointing down towards the farm. What I'm going to do, though, here is I'm going to show you, when you go into landscaping mode, when you go into painting, you're going to see that there is, look at this, the plowed state mod. And you can actually plow in, or paint in, a plowed state. So, if you don't want to spend the time actually on the machine, you can just come in to the editor. What I recommend you do is you paint some type of flat painted surface first, like this, okay? Then you come in with your plowed state brush, and you add that in afterwards. Because if you don't do this, I'll show you in this other little section right here. If you just have grass on top of it, it'll plow through, but it'll leave the grass, which may be something you like. Might not bother you, but to me that just drives me crazy. So I'm going to come in here and get rid of that. This is also very, very helpful for folks that, you know, you want to have maybe a perfectly plowed field. You want your corners to be nice and square. I don't recommend it. Again, I think farms that have imperfections are far more interesting than farms that are perfect. But you can come in after the fact. You can make that a little smaller, go into a circular pattern, and you can come in after you paint. Again, you got to paint to see it properly. I'll paint a little bit here. You can make that curve just a little smoother, and then you can go back into your plowed state, and you can paint this just like that. So there you go. So now we have this area that was once, this was all trees. And again, not all the trees went away. Like some of these evergreens or whatever they are, they're still there. A bunch of them were taken out here. And I think I might actually have another area over in the distance, if you can see where my cursor's going. Back over here that I might have a little bit more. And there are some areas probably here that I could get some more in. Oh, and over here too, yes, because this was a massive area that went away with the trees going away. And you know, we want the four-wheel drive folks to have fun up there, but we still want to farm the entire map. And I want to see how much honest, you know, arable land we can get. And right now we are at, if it updated, let it save. Come into my statistics. Where is it? Come on, come on. Where the heck is it? There we go. We're now at 826. So I did my, you know, fantastic math in my head. I used Google. We now have 2,041 acres of arable land. So we're getting closer to our goal of 2,500. Now, I want to go ahead and get a load of dried corn. I'm really, really interested in what we're going to be able to pull with all the corn we have. We've got over 500 and, what do I say, 50,000 liters of dried corn. Let's go ahead, let's take a trailer load into the co-op and see what we get out of one load. Grab the beautiful Peterbilt here. That needs a wash. Unfortunately, we've got that wash bay right over there. We're going to be giving this equipment all a nice service. Get it all cleaned up, hopefully before the first snow falls. Then we're going to have just a ton of snow plowing to do. And I moved all of the implements over here. I don't know if I like it or not. I kind of do. I had it way in the back of the farm, but I was wasting so much time getting back there and getting things unhooked. Thought, what the heck, we'll give it a shot. We'll put all the implements right along the main road coming into the farm. I'm trying to look behind me like I can see back there. Am I close enough? Pull it forward a little bit. There we go. I wasn't over far enough. Okay, let's see what we've got. We'll scroll through here. Dried corn, 16,000 bushels of corn. Nice to see that Thundar's conversion mod was working there. When I was out of the truck, standing beside the bin, it was still showing liters. I was getting the actual US conversion there, so that worked pretty well. We've got dual hoppers in this truck, so we'll fill the first one up. We've got 1,000 bushels in that hopper. We back up. There we go. We've got 2,000 bushels of corn in this truck. Should we put the tarp on? Yeah, we'll throw the tarp on. Probably throw the lights on, too. I might be a little overloaded. Fortunately, I don't have to go over the scales because State DOT didn't set it up correctly. It's only if you're coming in from town do you have to cross those scales. So if you go out the correct entrance and exit to our farm, head out to US 32, you'll get right to the co-op without having to touch those DOT scales, which is really, really nice. Good thinking on my part, bad thinking on their part. $675,332 in the bank account. That is the company bank account, as we are still tracking all of our home expenses as well. So Meg and I do have our bank account. We'll show you that probably next episode as we get through the month of December. Pulling out here on US 32, you'll see the scales on the upper, coming up on the left side. They're on the southbound lanes of US 32, and we do not have to go through them. And I'm not even going to look at what they're offering, because really there's only one place to sell here in No Man's Land. That's the beauty of it. I don't have multiple options. You just got the one co-op, and it's right at the garden shop. Good people here. Good people. Right, start overloading the corn. First hopper going in. What are we going to see money-wise? I barely got onto that. Great. So that is the front hopper coming off first. Money going up. $25,000. Almost $26,000. For that first hopper. It's going to be $50,000 per trailer load. That's pretty awesome. Second hopper going in. And this is all dried corn too, so we did spend some money drying this corn. So $25,900 there as well. That is $52,000 approximately per truckload. And I know prices in this game are not necessarily realistic. I honestly have no clue what dried corn is selling for right now. But you can see the bank account now, $727,143. Keep me honest, folks. We need that number to stay accurate. As you saw when I was painting the plowed state, that was costing money, and I want to keep this as accurate as possible. Didn't have to go to the scales. Thank you so much for stopping by today as I farm the entire map. I could not do this without you. For the channel members, the forum members on all the Facebook forums for Farm Sim, thank you. To the modders, to the map makers, you all rock. We'll see you next time, right here on the farm with the Stovers.